What's up guys, Nightwolf88 here, and today it is at a remarkable temperature of around 70 degrees in the state of Mississippi. Late February, February 23rd, I think. Yeah, so it's currently the weekend. I didn't feel like doing much, so I decided I would just give you guys a truck update. Got this truck back in early August of last year. It's been my daily driver. I use it for work, I use it for the weekends, I use it to haul friends around, and it's been great. I like it a lot. It does what I need it to, and for a truck of this size it actually gets pretty decent gas mileage. So I thought I would just show you guys what I've done to it. I haven't done that much, but I've done a good bit so far. Tire cap's not really screwed in. That was just a random little nitpick there, but anyway. Yeah. In case you guys forgot, I do have the key fob on this model, which is weird because my grandfather's 97 F-150 didn't have that, and it was the same trim. It was an XLT package, just like this one. Okay, for starters, as you can see, I have these maroon towels put down onto the seats. Now the reason is, with a truck of this age, and I was actually shocked to find this out, that there were no stains or tears on the fabric of these seats, and usually with a car of this age, the seats are usually all torn up or dry rotted. Sometimes they're stained because the previous owner doesn't take care of it. These trucks were usually bought by like people with farms or ranches, maybe just some work crews, you know, stuff like that. So a lot of these trucks that you see on the road today aren't really as taken care of, at least not in the best condition. This one has a few dings and scratches, but for what it's worth, it's in pretty good condition. I mean, it runs, it's got great interior, nothing leaks, all the windows work, power windows. Yeah. When I first got this truck, it did not have a stereo, so went out and got a Bluetooth set up. It's literally like the cheapest stereo at AutoZone. I think it was like $20. Yeah. So my friend and his stepdad actually helped put the stereo in for me. I knew nothing about the wiring in this thing. So yeah, it was actually Justin and his stepdad. If you guys remember him from some of the previous videos, his stepdad had a Jeep, so he had a Jeep that he put an aftermarket stereo in, so I knew he could help out. Yeah, so the reason I put towels instead of an actual seat cover on here, as you can see, it's a bench seat, but the problem with this is, to get into the back seat, you bend these forward, kind of like a hatchback. And it looks like my neighbor, I don't know what the hell she's doing. She has 2 kids hanging out of her sunroof. The things you'll see in Mississippi. Anyway, yeah, they do make bench seat covers for pickup trucks, but the problem with this one, they're really hard to find for something like this. It's not a split bench, and a little background, this is a fixed bench seat, and what that means is it's all one unit into a bench. It doesn't have a console, it doesn't have like it doesn't have a split anywhere except for on the headrests. Now, what a lot of modern trucks have these days, they do have the option for bucket seats, which are the seats that you'll find can only sit about 2 people in front. That's what a lot of modern cars have. This, however, being a 1995, just has the bench seat because, like I said, these were usually bought and owned by work crews, sometimes sitting 3 in the front seat, 3 in the back seat, as many as they could get. If you had like really skinny passengers, maybe even 4 to a seat. As a rare occurrence though. But anyway, yeah. So if I had gotten a fixed bench seat cover actually on here, I wouldn't be able to bend these forward, so people could get in the back. Which wouldn't be too much of a problem because not too many people sit in my back seat. I usually just travel with about 1 or 2 people in the truck anyway, but still, it would just be a minor inconvenience. Moving down to the floor mats, I actually just vacuumed out the truck this morning. The floor mats still have mud on them because I didn't wash them. There's a little bit of dirt and water on that one from yesterday because it's actually been raining a lot this past week. So yeah, these were literally just some weather guard mats that I bought at AutoZone. I've actually been buying a lot of stuff from AutoZone, basically for anything that I've been just wanting to add to my truck. This isn't sponsored or anything, but AutoZone just seems to have some good products with good prices. I'll leave it at that. I also have floor mats for the back seat. I actually have these under the floor mats that I bought. I think someone in my family had those for a while and just decided to give them to me, but I just doubled up on the back seat. Toe strap, ratchet straps under the seat as usual for tie downs. I actually forgot I had a pair of gloves back there. That's just for cold days and driving. Anyway, heavy door. Like I said, this is a steel body truck, so naturally everything's heavy. Tailgate, door. If you look in the back window, not too much has been added. I did add an MSU sticker in the back of it and wolf ball. So that's basically all I've added there. And the driver's seat. Just fix this towel real quick. Oh, this is also something you won't see on any new vehicle. Lap belts. This is for the middle passenger if you were sitting 3 to a seat. As you can see, everything else has shoulder belts. Yeah, the reason lap belts aren't on any modern vehicle anymore, they're kind of dangerous. Now, being that this truck was made in the 90s, they still had them. I actually do have an airbag in here. It's only a driver's side airbag. I don't have a passenger's side airbag. But as the name suggests, on these seat belts, you would strap them over your lap or your waistline, basically, and that was your seat belt if you were sitting in the middle. There's actually a second lap belt for the backseat passenger, and the backseat passengers on the side get the good old shoulder belts. Now, the reason they don't use these anymore, there's actually been a lot of crash test studies ever since the early 2000s, which is around the time that they stopped putting these into trucks. They may have stuck around for like maybe early 2010s, I'd say at the most, but really anything past that, I think they just got rid of them. And the reason is, now, say you're going about, okay, say the vehicle's going about 45, maybe 50 miles an hour on the highway, and the car in front of you slams on the brakes. You don't have enough time to react. Well, the driver doesn't have enough time to react. The driver's wearing a shoulder belt. You're sitting there wearing a lap belt. So the vehicle slams into the car in front of you guys. And as Newton's law of motion says, an object in motion will stay in motion, object at rest will stay at rest. Well, that object at rest is anything below your waistline that's being restricted by this lap belt. That's staying on the seat. Now what's going to be going in motion is anything above your waistline, which is your torso, arms, head, you get the idea. And that could not only force you to slam your face into the dashboard, but it could also cause spinal fractures. You could rip muscles. I've actually heard cases of people having their intestines, like, I don't know what the correct term is, but let's just say they had a lot of bruising and even tearing of their guts. We'll just leave it at that. Yeah, moving on, I still need to get the windshield replaced. It hasn't really cracked too much. These are the same cracks that were in the windshield when I got the truck, but I'm looking to get it replaced. My aviators that I use for work, I always have them in the visor. Royal Pine air fresheners. A lot of my friends have like black ice that they usually have. That's another scent that these air freshener trees come in. I just prefer Royal Pine because I like the smell of the forest, I guess, and you know, I just like the smell of pine. I feel like it's more of a welcoming scent. You know, it's just something that feels a little more homish to me. Got the dream catcher that I got from Panama City Beach this past summer. It had just been staying in my room, so I just decided to put it in the rearview mirror. I've seen other people do it, so yeah. Yeah, so that's just about everything I've done to this truck. And of course, still starts up like the day I got it. I currently have 226,000 miles on it. I forgot the exact mileage of when I got it, but I did take a picture of the odometer whenever, like the first day I had it, so yeah. I can never get enough of this Royal Pine scent. I like that. Yeah. Since this is an older vehicle, I like to let the truck idle for about like 15 seconds, sometimes even 20 seconds if it's colder, and that's because that's just a little precaution. Lets the oil, you know, really work its way into the headers and pistons. It lets the fuel, you know, cycle around for about a minute, and sometimes that just lets the truck run better. If you forgot, despite the fact that I just started up and you could hear all the racket, I do have straight pipe exhausts on here. That was one of the things that I really liked about this truck when I had first gotten it, was the straight pipe exhaust system. So yeah, that just about does it for this video, guys. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. If you like the content of my channel, please subscribe. If you want more truck videos, please let me know in the comment section down below, and I will try to make them for you guys. With that all being said, Nightwolf88, out of here.